ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। ॐ जननीं शरदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। ॐ नमः श्रीजतिराजाय विवेकानन्दशूरये सच्चित्सुखसारूपाय स्वामिने तपोहारिणे। We should not think that we are men and women, but only that we are human beings, born to cherish and to help one another. No sooner are a young man and a young woman left alone than he pays compliments to her. And perhaps before he takes a wife, he has courted 200 women. Bah! If I belonged to the marrying set, I could find a woman to love without all that. Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life. Think of it. Dream of it. Live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs right there, undigested, all your life. We must have life building, man making, character making assimilation of ideas. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. It is thought which is the propelling force in us. Fill the mind with the highest thoughts. Hear them day after day. Think them month after month. Never mind failures. They are quite natural. They are the beauty of life. These failures, what would life be without them? It would not be worth having if it were not for struggles. Where would be the poetry of life? Never mind the struggles, the mistakes. Will is not strengthened by change, it is weakened and enslaved by it. But we must be always absorbing. Will grows stronger by absorption, and consciously or unconsciously, will is the one thing in the world that we admire. Sati is great in the eyes of the whole world because of the will that it manifests. See, it is Sati or Sati. It was an ancient practice in India, abolished in the middle of the 19th century, in which the widow willfully entered the funeral pyre of her husband, denoting her chastity and inseparable bond with her husband. The original idea of willful entry later took the corrupt and diabolical form of forced immolation of the widow, which was legally banned. The will is stronger than anything else. Everything must go down before the will, for that comes from God and God Himself. A pure and a strong will is omnipotent. Do you not believe in it? If there is a God, we must see Him. If there is a soul, we must perceive it. Otherwise, it is better not to believe. It is better to be an outspoken atheist than a hypocrite. The modern idea, on the one hand, with the learned, is that religion and metaphysics and all search after the supreme being are futile. On the other hand, with the semi educated, the idea seems to be that these things really have no basis. Their only value consists in the fact that they furnish strong motive powers for doing good to the world. If men believe in a God, they may become good and moral and so make good citizens. We cannot blame them for holding such ideas, seeing that all the teaching these men get is simply to believe in an eternal rigmarole of words without any substance behind them. They are asked to live upon words. Can they do it? If they could, I should not have the least regard for human nature. Man wants truth, wants to experience truth for himself. When he has grasped it, realized it, felt it within his heart of hearts, then alone, declare the Vedas, would all doubts vanish, all darkness be scattered, and all crookedness be made straight. Ye children of immortality, even those who live in the highest sphere, the way is found. There is a way out of all this darkness, and that is by perceiving Him who is beyond all darkness. There is no other way. If a man walks without any selfish motive in view, does he not gain anything? Yes, he gains the highest. Unselfishness is more paying, only people have not the patience to practice it. It is more paying from the point of view of health also. Love, truth, and unselfishness are not merely moral figures of speech, but they form our highest ideal, because in them lies such a manifestation of power. Even the lowest forms of work are not to be despised. Let the man who knows no better work for selfish ends, for name and fame, but everyone should always try to get towards higher and higher motives and to understand them. Doing is very good, but that comes from thinking. Little manifestations of energy through the muscles are called work. But where there is no thought, there will be no work. Fill the brain, therefore, with high thoughts, highest ideals, place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. Talk not about impurity, but say that we are pure. We have hypnotized ourselves into this thought that we are little, that we are born, and that we are going to die, and into a constant state of fear. You are the creator of your own destiny. All the strength and succor you want is within yourselves. Therefore, make your own future. Let the dead past bury its dead. The infinite future is before you, and you must always remember that each word, thought, and deed lays up a store for you, and that as the bad thoughts and bad works are ready to spring upon you like tigers, so also there is the inspiring hope that the good thoughts and good deeds are ready with the power of 100,000 angels to defend you always and forever. The very foundation of society, the formation of it, makes the defect. Perfection is only possible if the mind of man is changed. If he, of his own sweet will, changes his mind. And the great difficulty is neither can he force his own mind. It is absolutely necessary that every individual can become divine. That is only possible when every individual has absolute mastery over his own thought. The thoughts, the senses, should be all my servants, not my masters. Then only is it possible that evils will vanish. Yes, the older I grow, the more everything seems to me to lie in manliness. This is my new gospel. Do even evil like a man. If I want to concentrate my mind upon a point, it goes there, and the moment I call, it is free again. That is the great difficulty. By great struggle, we get a certain power of concentration, the power of attachment of the mind to certain things. But then there is not the power of detachment. I would give half of my life to take my mind off that object. I cannot. It is the power of concentration and attachment, as well as the power of detachment, that we must develop. If the man is equally powerful in both, that man has attained manhood. You cannot make him miserable even if the whole universe stumbles about his ears. Go on bravely. Do not expect success in a day or a year. Always hold on to the highest. Be steady. Avoid jealousy and selfishness. Be obedient and eternally faithful to the cause of truth, humanity, and your country, and you will move the world. Remember, it is the person, the life, which is the secret of power, nothing else. Keep this letter and read the last lines whenever you feel worried or jealous. Jealousy is the bane of all slaves. It is the bane of our nation. Avoid that always. All blessings attend you and all success. So we stop here for today. Om Niranjanang Nittang Anantarupang Bhaktanukampa Dhृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतरं परमेशमिड्डं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामि ॐ यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि जा सर्वविद्यास्वरूपं तं शारदं प्रणमम्यहम् परो दत्ते सदालिना रामकृष्ण समज्ञया जो धर्म स्थापनरतो विरशङ्तं नमम्यहम्